It's meal prep day again. Today we're gonna prep healthy and high protein breakfast, lunch, snack/dessert, and dinner that will get you over 100 grams of protein per day. But first, we're gonna go to the grocery store to get the ingredients. We just got back from the grocery store and now we're gonna start prepping breakfast. For breakfast, we're gonna make blended Ferrero Rocher inspired overnight oats. If you haven't tried blended overnight oats, this is your sign to try them out. Many people don't like the texture of regular overnight oats, but when you blend them, the result is super smooth and creamy, more like a dessert pudding than breakfast. I add all the ingredients into a blender: oats, chia seeds, crushed hazelnuts, unsweetened cacao powder, Greek yogurt, which adds protein to these oats and gives them a creamy texture, and maple syrup for sweetness, but you could also use honey. Then if you want to add extra protein, you can add some chocolate protein powder. I like to use vegan protein powder because whey protein causes me stomach issues and makes my acne worse. Lastly, I add milk. I divide the mixture into these glass jars from Solite that are perfect for meal prepping overnight oats. I add the toppings to the separate compartments. This way the crushed hazelnuts stay crunchy and also the berries stay fresher. These are also great for prepping yogurt parfaits because you can put the granola to the separate compartments. Perfect for on-the-go meals, they're leak-proof and they even have a foldable spoon on top. And these jars are easy to clean because they are dishwasher safe. Get 10% off with the code SELMA10A and click the link in the description. Thank you so much Solite for sponsoring this video. For lunch, I'm prepping sun-dried tomato and feta pasta salad. First, I cook lentil pasta. I like to use lentil pasta because it's high in protein and fiber. Meanwhile, I also cook some chicken and I season it with salt and pepper. If you're vegetarian, you can replace the chicken with chickpeas, for example. Next, I mix all the ingredients together for the dressing. Juice of 1 lemon, 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 4 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 6 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, and a pinch of salt and pepper. Then I divide the dressing into 6 glass jars. You could also use containers. Next, I add the cooked pasta, and the chicken. Then I add chopped sun-dried tomatoes and crumbled feta, and diced bell peppers, lots of arugula. The best part about making salads in jars is that the vegetables on top stay fresh and won't get soggy because the dressing is at the bottom of the jars. Lastly, I add some fresh basil. serving, just pour all the ingredients into a bowl and toss. Super easy and delicious. For snack, I'm prepping healthy strawberry popsicles. I add all the ingredients into a blender: strawberries, Greek yogurt, maple syrup for sweetness. Then I add cottage cheese, which adds lots of protein to these popsicles. And lastly, I add some vegan vanilla protein powder. If you don't have protein powder, you can just leave it out, but in that case, I would just add a bit more sweetener and vanilla extract for flavor. I pour the mixture into popsicle molds. This recipe makes 6 servings and 12 small popsicles, so 2 popsicles is 1 serving. I let them set in the freezer for about 3 hours. These turned out so good, so refreshing and yummy. Such a fun and easy snack idea. For dinner, I'm prepping hot honey salmon bowls. First, I make a marinade for the salmon. I mix together juice of 1 lime, 2 tablespoons of paprika spice, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. If you don't have IBS, you could add some garlic powder to this as well. And lastly, I add 1 teaspoon of salt and a pinch of pepper. I let the salmon marinate for about 15 minutes. Meanwhile, I add chopped asparagus and broccolini onto a baking pan lined with parchment paper. And I drizzle olive oil on top and also add some salt and toss. I bake them at 200 Celsius degrees, 390 in Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. Next, I mix all the ingredients together for the sauce: 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of honey, 3 tablespoons of hot sauce, and some chili flakes. After the salmon has been marinating for a while, I place the salmon cubes onto a baking pan lined with parchment paper. I put them into the oven with the vegetables and bake for about 8 minutes. Meanwhile, I cook some rice. At this point, the salmon and the vegetables should be cooked. Then I pour the sauce onto a pan and let it simmer until it thickens. Then I add the salmon and toss until the salmon cubes are covered in the sauce. I serve the salmon with the rice and the veggies. I add extra sauce on top. You could add chopped green onions on top if you like. Such a tasty dinner. And here are all the ready meals. Those were all the meals I meal prepped today. If you're looking for more healthy and high protein recipes, check out my meal prep ebook, which has 80 easy meal prep recipes with nutritional info. I'll add the link down below. If you have any ideas what kind of recipes you would want to see next, let me know in the comments. I hope you tried the recipes. Enjoy!